So here at Josh's lawn today, so if you guys didn't know, we've done a series on here in the past, but we're just about to start a new series on fixing it up. So today we're going to be looking at all the problem areas, talk about what we're going to do in the future, do a little bit of plugging today too to fix up some spots leading into the spring season. So it would have been like 3 or 4 years ago, we did a series here at Josh's house where we originally did irrigation. I'll put some stuff up on the screen. And then we did a Kentucky bluegrass seed, and that went not too bad, but then we decided, because we had a really, really bad drought here in Orange, we decided we need something that's a little bit more drought tolerant. So we ended up laying some Tiftuf on the area here. So that's what's here now, is just a bunch of Tiftuf. And it's been a few years since we did projects here. Obviously Josh fell behind with family life and wasn't really focusing on the lawn too much. But there's a few problem areas around here. So let's show you what's going on, and then we're going to talk also about how we're going to fix it. And we're going to do a spring reno soon, a lot of different things, but let's look at the problem areas first. So as you guys can see, there's a fair bit of ryegrass in here, and that's because last season Josh oversowed. So there's a fair bit of ryegrass that actually germinated the next winter, and also obviously a bit of poa, a bit of wintergrass. So we're not actually going to spray this ryegrass out today, but we're going to spray it out probably in a couple of weeks when it warms up a bit, because Odessa doesn't really work in the sort of cooler weather. But today we're actually going to start, we're just going to try to plug this out. Obviously there's a fair bit of wintergrass in here too, but we'll just go around it. And as you can see, there's a fair bit of cooch there as well. So we're just going to pick bare spots and put plugs in it, and then what it will do over the season, it'll just start creeping around and filling in those bare patches. There is a tree here as well though, so what we're also going to do is sort of trim that back a bit so we can get some more sunlight in there.
Thanks. Hey puppy. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. What was that?
So as Josh was saying, we are going to trim this tree coming into the springtime just to let some more sunlight down there. By the way, that was Josh talking after time. Gotcha. So Josh is actually coming on and he's working full time now at Lawn Tips. So Josh will be looking after trade customers, customer service, helping with videos week to week, which I'm really excited for. So if you guys are a trade customer and you want some trade help, there's a section on the website we can sign up, and we can help you out, and Josh can help consult. Because Josh used to actually work in, where did you used to work? Like, what job were you doing before?
Worked for Ecoscape Lawns and Gardens.
Yep, and he was doing basically not lawn contract, you'd see him doing like professional spraying jobs and...
Yeah, so we had a thing called Lawn Club, and we spray their lawn every quarter. Sort of doing pre-emergence, bug sprays, weed spraying and fertilising as well.
Yeah, and Josh was a greenkeeper before I was. He actually got me a job on the golf course, and he was a super for a few years too. So Josh is the OG. I'm just the bloke that copied him basically.
Take it.
Anyway, we'll get into this today. We'll start doing the plugging. And believe it or not, you can do plugging in winter time, so that's why we're doing it now. Something we used to do on the golf course. Remember, we used to plug out fairways in winter.
Oh yeah, the 18th fairway. Yeah, we did the 18th fairway one winter.
And it came in, like that fairway by the end was all South African cooch. I think it took a couple of seasons. Took a couple of seasons to get going, but that's a fairway, and it was just plugs through the guts of it too, wasn't it?
We weren't fertilising either, so we'll be fertilising this as well.
Yeah.
And get kicking along, showing you how to do it.
Yeah, so it'll smash. Anyway, let's get into plugging and get it doing. So when it comes to taking plugs out, you need obviously a little plug tool. So we've got this here. I don't even know where I got this thing from, to be honest, but you can see it pulls out these plugs like this. So this is Tiftuf cooch, so this stuff spreads by rhizomes and stolons. It's basically self-repairing grass, which is super convenient. So the thought process is, and that's actually not dormant either, that's actually still a little bit green, which is great, but the thought process is we put these in the bad area, so take them from a good spot, which was over there, a little bit out of the way, then we'll take a plug out of the ground there, and place them into the ground. So honestly, such a simple process and a great way to get areas to fill in. Now, this time of year, they're not going to spread sideways or anything. We're basically just doing it so we've got a head start moving into the spring. Now, this time of year, nothing's really moving. We won't really see the cooch start to come out of dormancy until soil temps get up around that 13, 14 degrees. Let's check the soil temps now, actually, and just see where they're at. So we've got our temperature checker just here. So let's just see what the soil temp is currently. Oh, 10 degrees, so it's not too bad. Not too bad, but we want to be up around that 13 to 14 degrees before we really start to see cooch come out of dormancy and start doing anything again. Or even looking at putting granular ferts down. You kind of got to wait until you're 14, 15, even 16 degrees when you start putting granulars out. Liquids, when it's dormant like this, like it's basically gone brown, not even worth it.
It's a bit.
This is why we're doing stuff like this right now, though.
It's a little bit of green leaf in it, but your liquid ferts probably wouldn't do anything anyway.
No, I mean, you could put some pigment out and brighten it up a little bit, but we're not going to get much result out of anything, so yeah, we're basically just doing this to give ourselves a head start and get going. So as you saw, a pretty simple process. You just take a plug from a good area, then take a plug from a bad area, get rid of that soil, and then drop the plug into this space here. Now, generally you would go a little bit closer together, but we're gonna see how this goes with this spacing here. And generally I want them quite a lot closer just so it repairs quicker, but you can really do what you want. But from here, what we need to do is we're going to top dress this area, just so we've got some loose soil there for the cooch to spread into. We can do it now. We could do it when we actually start to see some growth in the cooch. And then once this comes out of dormancy, we're going to start spoon feeding this here to help it repair into other areas. So the thought process with spoon feeding is that you give it regular feeds to help it spread sideways. So when we use this, we're going to put in some pure balance with our nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and a couple other nutrients in there too to help it push and grow sideways. And we're also going to use some of our pure seaweed plus. So those two products, we won't worry about pure iron because we're not trying to give it a green up. We're just trying to get it to repair sideways and use the seaweed to help the roots establish really, really nicely. So we'll do that weekly at quarter rate. So generally high rate of those two products are 400 mil per 100 square meters. We will go at 100 mil per 100 square meters, but applied every single week and only to those areas we're trying to repair and the areas where we pulled the plugs from too. So not much of a process here. All you do is fill in these holes. Back with some soil, sand. You can choose whatever you like. We're just using some good old nitro tops from A&L. It's good stuff because the reason it can be good this time of year because it holds a little bit of heat because it's black and it holds a little bit of nutrients too. So Josh is just going to fill that up there. Make sure you compress it a little bit just so that it doesn't wash away over time. But this area here, I'd say give it, once things warms up, probably take about 2 months because it's nice and close together. But when it comes to this spot just here, honestly, it may take 3 to 4 months. It really depends on the season, how much we keep on top of it. We've got to make sure we're regularly ferting it, watering it too, keeping that up to it. And we'll also be mowing it too as things go along, just to make sure that it promotes that sideways growth. Because if you just let it grow up tall, it's not going to spread sideways. So we've got to keep mowing it. Now, doing plugging isn't going to work for every grass type. Say you got something like some ryegrass or some fescue, they're bunch type grasses, so they're not going to spread sideways. So the only way you can get them to repair is to overseed with the same grass type. Now you can do this with buffalo, you can do this with kikuyu, you can do it with zoysia, you can do it with cooch, you can do it with Queensland blue cooch. Anything that's got rhizomes or stolons, you can do it with because it will self-repair and move sideways. Super cheap way of doing it. Otherwise, you can do something called sprigging too. Either you could scarify your lawn, spread the chaff or the sprigs across the area, top dress, and then keep your water up and treat it like seed. That's another way you could do it. We will do a couple of sprigging projects this year too, probably at home on the outside of my Tiftuf fairway. Show you guys how that works. But there's many ways you can help fix your lawn, help it repair this way. But the reason we're doing the plugging now, main thing is because we can do it in winter and we're ahead for springtime. So over the coming months, we'll keep you guys updated on this lawn. We're gonna do a spring renovation in September. Core aeration, scalp, scarify, top dress, everything. So we'll do the whole process here. But before that, we will spray the weeds out. We're just gonna wait till it warms up a little bit. As Josh mentioned, Odessa does need slightly warmer temperatures to work more effectively. Now, when we were at Taylor's house the other week, it was a little bit warmer. I've had this sudden dip. So we should have really waited a little bit to get that Odessa down at Taylor's house. We're in Orange and it's like freezing. We're getting like 5-degree tops like at night time, so it's not great. If you're somewhere warmer, even if you're in Sydney or up like in Queensland or even higher than that, you'll be fine getting something like Odessa out. But yeah, we'll use that when the time comes, or we could use some Colosseum because that's going to be safe on cooch, and it does get wintergrass and ryegrass too. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Excited to show you guys this series over the next 12 months and beyond that, preparing this whole area. Make sure you keep a watch out for that, and keep a watch out for our podcast too. We'll be releasing this coming week, so we're releasing that soon. But thanks for watching, appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next vid.
See you.
Bye.